of criminally negligent homicide. That was the second count. Remember, the first count, the jury could not come to a conclusive decision on a unanimous decision. But this one, they were unanimous, not guilty. The jury deliberating for more than 24 hours across 5 days before finally.
That's what it was. I said that Biden pardoned this guy, but no, he was found not guilty. Unanimous decision.
It is, Bianca. We're right next to a group of pro-Jordan Neely protesters who've been here throughout the morning. They were actually part of the group that the defense had argued was disrupting the jury. What we can tell you, though, now is that Daniel Penny has been found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. That was the second count. Remember, the first count, the jury could not come to a conclusive decision on a unanimous decision. But this one, they were unanimous, not guilty. The jury deliberating for more than 24 hours across 5 days before finally reaching this verdict. Daniel Penny found not guilty on all counts. On Friday, the judge overseeing dismissed the more severe charge of second-degree manslaughter, which carried a 15-year maximum sentence after the jury was unable to reach that unanimous verdict on that count. Now, a jury of 12 New Yorkers been locked down in that courtroom, like we said, for 5 days. It was 24 hours of deliberations trying to get to that first count. Once the judge dismissed that first count, they went to the second count, and that's when they finally got this decision where he was found not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. And that was shortly after they started deliberating this morning. They came in just after 10 a.m. this morning. They were inside for a little over an hour. There was some back and forth between the defense and the judge. When the defense came out, they came up to the judge and said, there's been protesters. And with so many windows open in the courtroom, we're told from our reporter, Michelle Ross, who's been inside, that there are so many windows open in that courtroom because of how hot it is in that building that they could hear the protesters potentially from down in the street. The judge argued, well, there was protests on both sides. You had Jordan Neely protesters and you had Daniel Penny protesters. So both of them have been at each other. The defense was arguing that the Neely protesters were louder and the jury could potentially hear that, and that's why they would need to possibly switch rooms. That didn't get to that point because the jury found him not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. You know, at the request of prosecutors on Friday, the judge dismissed that second-degree manslaughter count. That was the big one. That carried a maximum of 15 years. This second count carried 4 years. There was no minimum in either of these counts. This directed the jury to turn to that lesser charge. What that means is now you're free to consider count 2. Now, whether or not that makes any difference or not, we'll see. But what we're going to do is wait for Michelle.
This guy's a celebrity now. He was up in the box seats with the president. Oh, I guess you can say, what's his name? Mangione. Luigi is a celebrity now too. But what are the chances of him getting off though? Do you think he can beat his case? Or you think he's gonna get locked up? You think he'll get pardoned? Let's read the caption. It says, Daniel Penny, a Marine veteran who used a deadly chokehold on a homeless man, Jordan Neely, on a New York City subway last year, was found not guilty in a verdict delivered after days of jury deliberation and courtroom back and forth. Fox 5 New York Richard Giacobas has the details. Yeah. This one was on my bingo card. Yeah, I was saying that he was going to beat this case. You know, when they talk about people getting a fair trial, you know, and how public opinion makes a decision if guilt or innocence or whatever, I think that situation is, you know, had an impact on this because, you know, it was such a high profile case. I don't know how you're going to find jurors who hadn't already come to their own decision on, you know, guilt or innocence with this. Let's read some comments. It says, The man who died had 40 prior convictions. The court system failed him and they didn't put him in jail a long time ago. They were all little bitty cases related to being, homeless. Comments that says, stop arresting heroes. Another comment that says, protesters who threaten jury if they found Penny innocent should be indicted. Another comment says, not guilty. New York got one right. Another one, subway rides should be safe and hassle-free. The man saved a lot of people that day thanks to him. Another one, awesome. Now lock up the father of the victim for trying to get rich off of his son he didn't care for. Another comment, why aren't the protesters at work? Who are they waiting on? A free ride? Or are they waiting on a free ride? Another comment, time to file a lawsuit on Alvin Bragg. Another comment, this is why people just mind their own business. Dude just did what was the proper thing to do in the situation. Another comment, the fact he's considered not guilty proves America is slowly becoming insane again. Another comment, should never have gone this far. Another comment, this man should not have had to go through all this BS for doing the right thing. Even in his innocence, his life is ruined. I don't think his life is ruined, bro. He's a celebrity. He was up in the box seats with the president. You know, they were pouring money into his GoFundMe. A lot of these comments are pretty ugly. He did the proper thing in this situation. Killing the guy? That's what was needed to be done? Okay, so the guy was acting crazy on the subway. Like, how many times does that happen where you got somebody who's mentally ill on the bus or on the subway? Like, this is a common thing that happens every day. People should get up and freaking kill those people. Another comment that says, he saved the life of a black woman, white man, and others, but Bragg played the race card and charged him for protecting the people from a criminal's fool. Another one, Bragg should be on trial. Another one, justice is served. Another one, stop twisting good people into criminals and putting criminals on pedestals. Praise God. Another one, this is a rightful verdict. The agitators need to go home. Another one, perfect. It's hard to believe that New York jury actually got this right. Another comment, thank God he should have never had to deal with this BS. Another one, please, Penny, file a lawsuit on Alvin Bragg in court. Another one, praise God, finally a jury got it right and did not let an innocent man go to jail over a drug head. There goes the thing about, one person's life has more value than the other. All of the comments was all on one side. I guess it's because it's Fox New York. There's definitely a racial tinge to this story. It's sad. I mean, nobody made a comment about the guy's life. Like, the guy lost his life. He deserved to die. All y'all feel like he deserved. An educated and united public cannot be controlled. Get organized. Learn to be active.
In this election, we each face a question.